principal of Oakville Elementary, welcome to our 5th annual musical. So many people helped to make this event possible. We can't thank you enough. A huge shout out to our generous PTO and our many parent volunteers. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you. Thank you to Northeast High School's theater department for the use of some of their lighting equipment. We would also like to thank Tunnel Vision for their sound. There are also candygrams for sale. In addition to the many parent volunteers, I want to give a very special thank you to our directors, Mr. Peachy, Ms. Denshore, Ms. Dusney, Ms. Foster, Mrs. Balin, and Ms. Ronnie. Continue to purchase the DVDs. So Mr. Spencer Leanne is principal of the day, and it is my honor to turn over the microphone to Spencer to set the stage for Mary Poppins Jr.
Mary Poppins is the story of the Banks family who lives in a big house in London, Cherry Tree Lane. Things are not going well for the family. The children, Jane and Michael, are out of control and are in need of a new nanny. Jane and Michael have their own ideas about what sort of caretaker they should have, while their parents, in particular Mr. Banks, are instant someone a little stricter for the job. When a mysterious young woman named Mary Poppins appears at their doorstep, the family finds that she's the answer to their prayers, but in the most peculiar way. Mary Poppins takes the children on many magical and memorable adventures. Oak Hill's 4th and 5th grade students are excited to perform for you today. Sit back, relax, remember, anything can happen if you like that.
A mother or daughter or son, the threads of their lives are raveling undone. Something is needed to twist them as tight as a string you might use when you're flying a kite. Chim chimani, chim chim, chim chim chim.
For the children of no nanny house. Me, that's it. I've said my say, Mrs. Brown. I've done with this house forever. Well, good riddance then. And mind you don't stutter on the way out. Where is she going? What on earth am I going to say to Mr. Banks? What is all this commotion? Precision and order, that's all that I ask. The running of a household, a straightforward task. The children, the servants, the servants of Cherry Tree Lane. Coats! I'm afraid you've engaged 6 nannies in the last 4 months, and they've all been unqualified disasters. A nanny should govern, a nanny should rule. A nanny is a paragon who suffers no fool. A nanny's a stalwart our children would gain by having
such a nanny in Cherry Tree Lane. Briefcase. Umbrella.
If only we could find someone like your Rose Nanny.
Few women alive can manage Miss Andrews' sounds with efficiency. Besides, we can never afford someone of her caliber. Now, place an advertisement in the Times stating that Jane and Michael Banks require the best possible nanny at the lowest possible wage.
For that, we run our own advertisement.
What's on earth?
Please, George, I think we should hear it.
If you want this choice position, have a cheery disposition, rosy cheeks, no warts. That's the part I put in. Play games, all sorts. You must be kind, you must be witty, very sweet and very pretty.
Ridiculous.
George, please.
Take us on outing, give us treats, sing songs, bring sweets. We won't hide your spectacles so you can't see. Put toads in your bread or pepper in your tea. Harry, Nanny, Nanny, thanks, sincerely, Jane and Michael Banks.
It's quite enough time you're up for one day. Now will you please go to the nursery and let me get to work?
We were only trying to help.
I won't tell anyone to make me late. Precision and order, that's all that I ask. The running of a household, a straightforward task. The children, the servants, all on your domain. Whilst I remain the sovereign, do you reign the sovereign of Cherry Tree Lane?
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes?
I've come in answer to the advertisement.
What's that advertisement? We haven't placed
Now.
any of those.
Let's see. Play games all sorts, which I most certainly can. Take us on outings, give us treats.
Michael, it's our advertisement.
Rosy cheeks and fairly pretty. There's no objection on that score, I hope.
Oh, none at all.
I'm glad to hear it.
Widow, take it up with Mrs. Banks. She manages all that side of things. Nothing domestic has anything to do with me. And don't forget the references.
I make it a rule to never give references.
Oh, I see.
I'll see the children out, thank you.
Oh, of course. You'll find them very nice children. Now, this is... Oh,
Mary Poppins. Jane, don't step. And close your mouth, Michael. We are not codfish. Best foot forward. Spit spot.
we have a new nanny.
Did she after anything?
Oh, I did.
A very tidy nursery, I must say. Tidier than I was expecting. Who's responsible for this?
Mrs. Brittany. I am. Like to keep things neat.
Do you indeed? Well, I look forward to making use of that. If there's one thing I appreciate, it's a child whose word I can depend on. Now, first things first. I always say the proper place to hang a hat is on a hat stand.
There's nothing in it. We'd better keep an eye on this one. She's tricky. Mary Poppins, how could you know what we wanted in a nanny when we made our list?
Your list. I am not an item in the weekly shop. Thank you very much.
Then how'd
did you come then? It was as if the wind just blew you here.
It did. Now, stand over there. Just as I thought, a noisy, mischievous, troublesome little boy.
You're making that up. A noisy, mischievous...
Now you. Thoughtless, short-tempered and untidy.
I don't believe you. Let me see. What about your measurement, Mary Poppins?
I'm practically perfect in every way.
Practically perfect.
So people say. Each virtually knows no bound. Each trait is great and patently sound. I'm practically perfect from head to toe. If I had a fault, it would never dare to show. I'm so practically perfect in every way. Now, perhaps I have a few questions.
No temperamental. Never. No grouchy, no gruff.
The very thought.
Will you stay tender when the going gets
Quite
tough?
the contrary.
Do you read stories without a big fuss? Or have objection to playing with us?
Some minor improvements may not go amiss, but at all times you must remember this. I like games, but I choose them.
That's not fair!
Say it was fair. I said I was practically perfect, and here's what I learned. By the time you leave there, you both will be the same. You'll be practically perfect.
Practically perfect. We will be practically perfect in every way.
Now, come along, children. Best foot forward. Spit smart.
Chim chim chiroo. I does what I likes and I likes what I do. Today I'm a busker, and as you can see, a busker's in your stuff on this day. And it's all me own work, me own memory. Stay right where you are. I know that silhouette anywhere. Mary Poppins.
It's nice to see you, Bert.
Well, I must say, you do look swell.
He can't know you. You've only just arrived.
I wasn't born 1 minute before I walked into your house, Michael Banks. Have you met these two before, Bert?
Yeah, I've seen them running about chasing a kite.
Chasing to real kites.
So what are you up to?
Mary Poppins says there's a game called Walk in a Park. Some game. I'd rather eat spinach.
Come along, Bert.
You can't come with us. You're too dirty. We don't want to go to Stinky Park anywhere.
Oh, yes, you do, because when you take a walk with Mary Poppins, you go places you've never dreamed of. All that it takes is a spark. Then something as plain as a park becomes a wonderland. All you have to do is look on you, then you'll understand why it's a jolly old day with Mary. Mary makes you out so light.
Oh, really?
When the day is grey and ordinary, Mary makes the sun shine bright.
You talk nonsense, Bert.
Oh, happiness is blooming all around you. The daffodils are smiling at the door.
I haven't the faintest idea what.
When Mario's around, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band.
You've enough brass for all of us.
Oh, it's a jolly old day with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. Come on, you two.
Boring, just like other nannies thinking. Parks are good for us. It's just statues, ducks, and grannies. I don't understand all the fuss. Is she doing it to spite us? We could lose a foot, or perhaps it's all a put. I'll tell you what, she seems so different, but I bet she's not. There is nothing to excite us in love. What was that? Well, you're quite wrong, you know. When you take a walk with Mary, anything could happen. What were you? I'm Julius. I've been half a century to take a walk on a sunny day like this. Penguin? Please? Santa with the dog will stand up tall to see a statue take a gentle jump. Oh, it's a jolly old day with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. Jane, did that really happen? Yes, but how? Mary Poppins, of course. But how did you make it happen?
Anything can happen if you let it.
Mary Poppins, how long will you stay?
We'll see.
You won't leave us. Will you, Mary Poppins?
I'll stay until the wind changes. Now, run along in. Mike wants to say goodnight.
Tell them you've given me the message.
George, please.
Oh, Daddy, we've had a fantastic day. We sang with the buska and danced with the statue. You wouldn't approve, but...
If you know that, then why'd you do it?
Daddy, can I have a kite? A proper one?
Could you fly it?
You could always teach me.
When would I have time to do that? Now will you please let me get on? Good night.
Yes,
Poor Michael. All he cares about is flying kites.
I used to love flying kites at his age, but my nanny, Miss Andrew, soon frightened it out of me.
Is it out of the question to do without a nanny?
Don't be absurd. All the best people have nannies, so the wives can do the charity work and entertain. Which reminds me, how is your tea party coming on?
I'm not sure. It seems so odd to send out invitations to people I hardly know.
But they're people you should know. Remember, by your friends shall ye be judged.
But that's the point. They're not my friends.
Winifred, dearest, I'm only thinking of you. Are you going to say something to Mary Poppins about this afternoon?
I don't think so.
Very well. Just make sure she's doing things our way and not his.
I was told when I was small. Just then a train, so I learned it more. Chim chimney, chim chim chimney.
check the drawing room.
I'd like to be helpful, and I'd like to be rich. But destiny thought otherwise.
Mother wants you in the drawing room. She says you can tell Roberts and I what to do.
Does she indeed?
Oh, please, Miss Brill. I don't mind honest.
All right, I will give you one task and one task only. Put the icing tools next to the cake. Do you think you can manage all that?
Is that all?
For you, yes. For me, no. I swear, a living in ancient Rome was on the pleasure cruise compared to my life in this house.
Michael, why don't we make the icing? Because we don't know how. Don't be feeble. Get the eggs and the flour. Are there eggs and icing? There are in mine. Roberts and I bring me the cake.
Mrs. Brill, can we get ready now?
Oh dear. That's nine. That's nine. Go to the doctor.
Oh, I don't think that would be necessary, ma'am.
Children, you know how important my party is. You deserve some very nasty medicine. Just you wait till bedtime.
Oh, I don't think we should wait till then, ma'am. Why not go up and get changed? We'll clear up, won't we?
But we're not ill. I won't take it and you can't make me.
In that, as in so many things, your information is faulty. Open.
But it's strawberry eye.
Now you.
I'm not sure I like strawberry eye.
I'm not sure I care. Open.
Lime cordial.
Now, off we go, you two. Michael, I know you like to keep things neat. Jane.
I told you she was tricky. Must we? Cat Roberts and I do it when he wakes up. He is the 7.
With that kind of attitude, you'll get through a lot of stuff before you're very old. Besides, in every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. You find the fun and snap. The job's a game, and every task you undertake becomes a piece of cake along a spring. It's very clear to see that a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in the most delightful way. On my point exactly. The honeybees that fetch the nectar from the flowers to the combs never tire, never buzzing to and fro, because they take a little nip from every flower that they sip, and then they find their task is not right. For a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down, just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in the most delightful way. Right yourselves, please. Spit spot. Up we go, Roberts and I.
Mary Poppins, you're a miracle worker.
How did you get them to do it?
Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in the most delightful way. We'll be off now, ma'am. Come along, children. Best foot forward. Split spot.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Apparently these came this morning and Robert's and I forgot to give this to you. Their apologies, ma'am, from your guests. They're not coming, none of them.
Oh, do you think we chose the wrong day?
No, ma'am. I think you just asked the wrong people.
In a most delightful way.
my next game.
What game?
A visit to the bank.
That's the game. Did Dashi bring? If he did, you must have put the idea into that somehow.
Would an impertinent thing to say? Me putting ideas into other people's heads, really?
My security is more than inadequate, not in America with an expanding market. Have you no courage?
Well, Mr. Von Costa, what I haven't been able to grasp is what exactly is your final product.
What do you see? Money, of course!
Yes, money, but I wonder, making money out of money, is that enough?
Are you money enough to even be a banker?
Have you come to your decision, Mr. Banks? There's a town of good people whose future depends on you.
I know that.
Give it this chance. The factory could be running in weeks and expanding 4 years out. Please, Mr. Bates, I'll give it everything I've got.
I believe in Mrs. Northbrook, and I've tried to find a way, but how can I be sure the money would be safe?
What about my workforce? They'll make it safe. Why men have dreams to earn an honest living. Their wives and kids are home to call their own. If you'd invest with us today, it paves the way. I promise I'll repay the loan.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Northbrook, but
Hello, Daddy!
What on earth are you doing here? Can't you see I'm busy?
No, we're done.
Oh,
and no man
she's
should
back
be
there.
his own children. What have you come for, young man? Have you come for some money as well?
Hardly. What would they need money for?
Well, it's never too early to learn its value. I know that this 6 pence. No, that's worth. Its value is how you spend it. Do good and may you have good luck.
And what do you say to Mrs. Northbrook?
Thank you! I'll wait outside.
When I was a little boy, I would never have dared interrupt my father.
You ever, little boy?
Of course, and my nanny, Miss Andrew, kept me out of my father's way.
What about your mother?
I shouldn't think I saw either of them more than once a week.
Then who kissed you goodnight? Miss Andrew?
Certainly not. There was no time for hugs and kisses and all that soppy nonsense.
When new investor makes money, what are you looking for, Dashi? A good man or a good idea?
I suppose I should say it's a good idea, but a good man is much rarer and much more valuable.
Come along, children.
Miss Von Hustler, I considered your arguments, but I'm afraid my answer is no.
So you don't recognize a good idea?
Perhaps not, but I recognize a good man when I see one.
You'll regret this, Banks!
Dreams that life hasn't broken. A man with hopes, ambitions to fulfill. A man you're certain of first class deserves a chance. Now, Miss Northbrook, when exactly could a new factory open?
Thank you, sir. You won't regret this.
looks in the least horrible.
But she's just a bundle of rags.
When will you learn to look past what you see? Early each day to the steps of St. Paul's, the little old bad woman comes. In her own special way, to the people she calls.
Come, buy my bags full of crumbs. Come, feed the little birds, show them you care, and you'll be glad if you do. The young ones are hungry, their nests are so bare. All it takes is tuppence from you. Feed the birds, tuppence a bag. Tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag.
Feed the birds, that's why she cries. While overhead, the birds fill the skies. Here, 2 bags, please. All around the cathedral sings, and the apostles look down as she says her Her words are simple and few. Listen, listen, she's calling to you.
Feed the birds, tuppence a bag. Tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag. Yes.
Hello, Bert.
Hello, Mary. Hello, kids.
Hello.
We're off to Miss Corey's talking shop. Care to join us?
Talking shop? Who's Miss Corey?
Who is Miss Corey? Miss Corey is the oldest person in the world. She talked to William before he went conquering, to Vlad before he went impaling, and to Alexander before he went so great.
That's impossible.
Anything can happen if you let it. Well. If it isn't Mary Poppins with Jane and Michael Banks.
She knows us?
And how's your poor little Georgie?
Who?
Georgie Banks, your father. He used to give his nanny slip and come into my shop here in secret. I remember George used to love my gingerbread stars. Now, Mary Poppins, what can I do for you? Well, I did want an ounce of conversations. I'm all out of conversation, and I write out of words too. Oh, I have some letters. Now, what words can we make? Rotoplex.
Lapitofrost.
Those don't count. You made them up.
And where do you think words came from in the first place? Somebody had to make them up. You know, you can use the same letter more than once. Now, let me see. Super, calif, fragile, istic, expi, alif, docious.
That's what a
Of course it's a word. And unless I'm very much mistaken, I think it's a rather useful one. When trying to express oneself, it's frankly quite absurd to live through lengthy lexicons to find the perfect word. A little spontaneity keeps conversation keen. You need to find a way to say precisely what you mean.
supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough, you're always up precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
But it doesn't mean anything.
Exactly what you want it to.
Stupid men were chatting, simply grunting, what's the voice?
Then had this sudden used it once or twice. I'm sure the Roman Empire only entered the abyss because the sluts and scholars never had a word like this.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If you say something, that can be hypnosis.
Check your breath before you speak in case it's halitosis.
Yeah! Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
You know you can say it backwards, which is so good in life because it's to the god for the creepers.
She might be tricky, but she's bloody good.
So the cat has got your tongue, there's no need for dismay. Just summon up this word and then you've got a lot to say.
Pick out the 18 continents and 16 bells as well. Which is very hard to
SUPERCALIFRAGILISTICEXPIALIDOCIous.
Smarty pants. Here we go.
Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough, you'll always have to use
George, why on earth are you home so early? Is everything all right?
No, everything's all wrong. After I refused to loan the bank's money to some German chap, he went to our chief rivals. They gave him the money and now it looks set to be a gold mine.
Well, they can't expect you to get it right every time.
That's exactly what they expect.
SUPERCALIFRAGILISTICEXPIALIDOCIous. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough,
More than loud enough. Go to your room. Mary Poppins, you're here to teach the kids manners. And just look at them.
George, you're tired. Mary Poppins, perhaps you could keep the children occupied in the nursery tonight.
that's not fair. Daddy loses his temper and will shut up in the nursery. Daddy's mean and run, and I hate him.
Jane, take that back this instant. I will not have you criticize your father. Take the children upstairs, please, Mary Poppins. George, if you have troubles, I'd like to share them.
Don't worry, you will. I've been suspended without salary until they decide what to do with me.
Twists and turns, ups and downs. One moment smiles, next moment frowns. With bad-tempered faces, and they do change quickly. Long changes, the face just might stick. Chim chimney, chim chim, chimney, chim chim.
Why does Daddy get so cross?
Fathers are are supposed to look after the children, not yell them all the time.
Maybe, but have you ever asked yourself who looks after the fathers when things go wrong?
The mothers, I suppose.
Not the children?
Wouldn't that be rather upside down?
Sometimes families are upside down, for a while anyway.
I don't want to be in an upside down family. I wish I could run away. Why don't you? But you'd miss me. No, I wouldn't.
That's all, you two. Now into bed, at once.
Oh, Mary Poppins, I wish you'd just leave us alone.
Be careful for the things you wish for.
Don't you ever stop?
You should govern your temper, or your temper will govern you.
I'm sick and tired of stupid things, you stupid games.
Just get into bed.
For I won't go to sleep, and you can't make me.
In that, as in so many things,
Your information
is faulty. Playing the game, having a ball. Those who are playing shan't play at all. When they meet again, maybe when they've learned to play the game.
While the smoke is all billowed and curled, between pavement and stars is the chimney sweet's world, where there's hardly no day, nor hardly no night. There's things off in shadow and off wide light. On the rooftops of London. Oh, what a sight!
Joining the sweeps tonight, are we?
The best view in the world, eh? Chim chimney,
chim chimney, chim chim chirpy. Our sleep is as lucky can be. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chirpoo. Good love will rub off when he shakes hands with you.
or blow me a kiss,
That
and that's lucky too. Oh, you're gone now.
the wind has changed.
Not the good kids
Would
now.
I be bothering with them if they weren't? But I can't help them if they won't let me.
So
they've got to do the next bit on their own. Cheerio, Bert. Keep an eye on them for me. Where's Mary Poppins?
Gone. Mrs. Brill, what's your dog for me?
Why?
Because that's what she's doing in the note. Dear Jen and Michael, keep playing games. Au revoir, Mary Poppins.
It means to be together. Now come along, children.
nowhere is there more happy a crew than them watching chim chim cherry, chim cherry. Chim chimney, chim chim cherry, chim cherry. To know exactly what it's bringing, good news or bad, happy or sad. Pendulum keeps swinging. The trees becomes a noisy blast. It's gone, it's struggle on, and now 6 weeks have passed.
Miss Brill, isn't that nursery tidy?
Up, down, funky butt. Seeing the top of the half. 6 weeks, I've had all the work to do. Looking after the children, and now I've had all the work to do. In the house, ready to welcome her back.
If you knew how hard it was just to track her down.
Really, sir? Answer that.
Miss Brill, it's his hair. Isn't it?
Well, I don't know who else.
The note says, till we meet again.
Oh, George said, I have a little surprise in mind for you. Robert and you know I hate surprises.
I think you're gonna feel as if I did a rather splendid job.
Hey, everybody. Alfred find out. It's about Spink and Spink and Span. Our sense of excitement is hard to contain.
How was your journey?
It was thoroughly unpleasant. Where did George go?
I'm afraid he had an urgent appointment.
It's not much of a house, is it?
Well, we like it.
Then it doesn't take a lot to keep you happy. Look at the dust. There and there. Filth.
Now, just a minute.
Ah, you must be the children. Pity I don't suppose you know who I am.
Yes, we do. You're the Holy Tower.
Impudent boy! Why aren't you wearing stockings?
I don't like them.
Ah, what manners! I can see there isn't a minute to lose. These children have been spoiled. I've arrived here just in time. By chance I brought the punishment that best befits the crime. Brimstone and treacle and carbolic soap. These are the tools of my trade. With spoonfuls of sugar, you don't have a hope of seeing that changes are made. Open.
Does it taste as bad as it smells?
Words. Open. Michael goes mornings like once. As for Jane, I shall take charge myself. I won't stand for whining or whinging or whimpering, crying or lying or sobbing or simpering. I feel it's clear that it leads to such bad habits. Brimstone and treacle. I'll show myself to my room.
I'm disappointed. I truly am. I thought it was going to be.
Ha! With the umbrella.
What are we going to do?
The only thing we can do, run away!
What's the matter and who's after you?
The nastiest nanny in the world.
She really as bad as all that?
She looks like something out of Edith Young,
Miss Andrew was Dashy's nanny.
which explains a lot.
Poor Dashy. Ever since he stopped working, he just sits and mopes. Mary Poppins used to say he needed our help, but now it's too late.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I'll tell you what. How about a shake for good luck?
Why would shaking your hand bring us luck?
Hasn't anybody told you that it's good luck to bring a chimney sweep's hand?
Michael, look, it's a real one. What's the matter? You've always wanted to fly a proper kite.
I've always wanted to fly one with Daddy.
Of course you have, but you need to know how it's done. Get some training in and make them the proudest ball in the whole bloomin' empire. With tuppence for paper and strings, you can have your own sets of wings. With your feet on the ground, you're a bird in flight with your wings jointing tight to the string of your coat. Oh, yes, you're flying higher to the highest height. Let's go flying higher. Up through the atmosphere, up where the earth is
sardine in a tin. And where are your coats?
We didn't have time to put them on. Because we ran away.
Have you indeed?
It's been so awful since you went away, and now Miss Andrews come and Daddy's ruined, and we never helped him like you wanted to.
Oh my eye, but your life is a tragedy. Now, let's go home. Don't dawdle.
But she said she came this morning as a surprise for Daddy.
Did she? Well, maybe I'll be a surprise for her. Hello, Bert.
Welcome, Mary. You're a sight for sore eyes.
You really are. Welcome back, Mary Poppins.
Aren't you going to shake hands with Bert? For luck?
I don't need any luck. Thank you.
Not like that, you stupid boy! You stay there and clean the grate. Again. So, you've decided to come crawling back, have you? Who are you?
I'm Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins! But you left without notice.
And I've come back without notice.
See, and what do you expect me to do?
Pat!
Pat! You insolent young person! How dare you speak to me this way! Brimstone and treat, my favorite liquid! That's what make runaways strong. Impudent children respond so much quicker when forced to drink every last drop. I brought up their father.
Well, that I don't doubt. You must be so proud of the way it turned out.
A shining example, a pillar.
A post, they all have their problems, but him more than most. I recognize fully that you are a bully who views cruelty as a bad. Well, now here's a catch because you made your man.
Brimstone and treat us.
Just as we looked it out.
Brimstone and treat us.
Looked it out. Brimstone and treat us. There, that's given her a taste of her own medicine.
Mary Poppins, wherever did you come from?
She came from
Michael,
Michael, Jane, you're very naughty to go running off like that. I should be angry as anything if I weren't so pleased to see you. Where's Miss Andrew?
she's gone.
Gone. Why?
She didn't give a reason, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. Found this one around in the park. Good night, ma'am.
George?
Where is she?
Miss Andrew? She left. George? Mary Poppins is back.
Is she? Well, I wonder if I might have a word. Things have not gone well for us since she left us, Aunt.
About my wages, sir, if you don't mind, I won't be taking any just now. I should prefer to let them accrue.
But if you only knew how many payments are accruing as it is.
Now, I must get started. Jane, Michael, split spot.
Come along, darling. After so many good years of service, you made a wrong decision. What's the worst that could happen?
Winifred, if I'm to be dismissed by the bank, we'll be destitute.
But we'll still have what really matters, the children and each other.
If that's a new look at what's inside.
A portrait?
Whose?
We'll know when the time comes and not before.
Mary Poppins, you are going to stay this time, aren't you?
I'll stay until the chain breaks.
What chain?
Let's wait and see.
I'm turning and you know how to run.
Unique yet speak of the kind.
You're actually perfect.
And yet I'm sure there's room for improvement of you and more.
Hello there. Bert, what are you doing on the roof?
And well, should the chimney sweep be?
world is awfully big, isn't it?
And what does that tell you?
That we're awfully small and important?
Oh, speak for yourself.
Not us, so much. But our troubles, they seem so big down in the nursery, but up here?
That's more like it. Troubles are never so big from a little bit higher up. To get it wrong. Don't seem a perfect crime, don't seem a shame. When the steps are going as smoothly as they might.
That's when we step in time. That's when we step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. That's when we step in time. Never step in time. Never step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Think you ever step in time. Think you need some step in time. Think you need some step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Think you need some step in time. Oh, step in time. Step, 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 step in time. Step, step, step. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. You need some kick, you need some kick, you need some kick, you need some step, 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 step. Never need you step in time.
And always remember, there are plenty of people, there's plenty of folks there to help you should you need them. Back to the nursery.
Back to nursery! What is all this? Special delivery? Special delivery, what's all this? Special delivery, tell us all this. What is all this? Special delivery, step in time.
Time to go, Governor!
Not so fast. To the nursery. Now, Jane, you two, Mary Poppins, would you be good enough to explain?
First of all, I would like to make one thing very clear.
Yes?
I never explain anything. Come along, children.
It's happened. The chairman wants to see me at the close of business tonight.
Tonight,
We might as well face it. In just a few hours, I will join the ranks of the unemployed.
are you quite sure?
Quite sure, so we then make some plans. Well, I never. So that's where I put them.
What are they?
Gingerbread stars I hid once from my nanny. I used to dream that when I grew up I'd learn everything there is to know about the stars. Funny, I haven't thought about all that in years. I'm not usually sentimental.
It's good to look back sometimes.
It's that Poppins woman. She's responsible for all of this.
I know the person. What's that thing she's always saying? A spoonful of sugar, that is all it takes. It changes bread and water into tea and cakes. A spoonful of sugar goes a long, long way. So have yourself a healthy every day. Well, good luck, Governor.
Thank you, Bert, and good luck to you too.
Mother, do you remember when we went to the bank?
Yes?
Well, we were each given 6 pence, and we both tried to spend them wisely.
Excellent advice. What did you buy with them?
Nothing yet, and we've decided to give them to you.
I suppose Mary Poppins put you up to this?
She hasn't said a word about it.
We thought a bit of extra cash might loosen things up a little.
Good night, Tashi. We do love you, you know. Mummy, Dashi's really worried, isn't he?
Yes, he is. But always remember that he loves you very much. And that's far more important than jobs or houses or anything else.
You are going to bank with him, right?
I'd like to go, but I'm afraid that just isn't possible.
Mary Poppins says anything is possible.
Do you really believe that, Mary Poppins? Anything can happen if you let it. Sometimes things are difficult, but you can bet it doesn't have to be so. Changes can be made.
You can move a mountain if you use a larger spade.
Anything can happen, it's a marvel.
You can be a butterfly.
Just stay level. Stretch your mind beyond fantastic. Dreams are made of strong elastic.
Take some sound advice and don't forget it.
Anything can happen if you let it.
If you reach for the stars, all you get are the stars. But we found a whole new spin. If you reach for the heavens, you get the stars.
Feed the birds, sir. Only talking is bad.
I would take it as a great favor if you'd kindly feed them for me.
Thanks. You searched down to deep down about the big utilities that we want no more.
Then I'll tell you. I refused Miss Von Hustler because his team was hollow. He told me about assets and profits and growth, but there wasn't a word about people. I apologize for ruining the bank, but I do not apologize for understanding. There are more important things in life than making money.
My dear chap, Von Hustler's scheme has ruined our rival in the nastiest scandal since records began. We don't want your apologies. We're offering ours.
Oh my word.
And another thing, do you remember giving a loan to a lady called Northbrook? Well, she's repaying it and opening 2 new factories. With the percentage you negotiated, we look set to make a fortune.
Oh my word.
That's just it. Do hope you tell us how you did it. Just give us the word. It'll be quite safe with us.
Give you the word? Give you the word? I'll give you the word, all right. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Forgive him. It's not his fault. It's all because of his nanny, Miss Andrew.
The Holy Tarot, she taught me everything I know.
And now's your chance to forget it.
It's all right, darling. I made the bank a fortune.
Really?
By way of recompense, we'd like to offer you the job of senior manager with a salary at double.
Exactly. How much has he paid for you?
Triple. Quadruple your present rate.
Close your mouth, George. You're not a codfish.
Well,
I accept. But you must remember one thing. From now on, my family comes first.
agreed? Agreed.
Winifred, I'm afraid I've underestimated you.
Oh, George. Anything can happen, it's official. You can choose the super or the superficial. Sally for the wayward steering. Obstacles start disappearing. You're a fine boy, Michael Banks, and one day you will be a fine man.
Mary Poppins, it makes me so anxious when you talk to me like that.
Like what?
Oh, gentle and kind. What's a bit like you? Be cross, Mary Poppins. Do be cross again.
Is that the thanks I get for all of the trouble that I've taken?
That's better.
All right now, go to bed. At once. Go along now. Spit smart.
It's tonight, isn't it?
Yes, Bess?
Well, goodbye then, Mary.
Goodbye, Bess. Take care of yourself. With every job when it's complete, there is a sense of bittersweet. That moment when you know the task is done. Though in your heart you'd like to stay to help things on their way, you've always known they must do it alone. There, practically perfect, and I hope it remains so.
Look, it's Mary Poppins' locket.
Oh, the chain's broke.
Don't you remember? I'll stay until the chain breaks. What's inside?
It's a portrait of the three of us. It's signed, from Mary Poppins, with a good deal of love.
Where's Mary Poppins?
She's gone.
Gone, how peculiar.
She'll be back. Now what do you think of this?
It's the best I've ever seen!
We fly together.
Oh, Daffy!
Mary Poppins won't be coming back. She's gone forever.
My dear, how could you possibly host to stay?
Because we don't need her. Not anymore, but other families will. Won't they, Daddy? They will.
I want to see my George, and we're going to go to that nanny from now on. What do you think?
I think we've got a dance.
George is serious.
Look! A shooting star! We should wish on it!
No, I think we can do better than that.
cast and crew are absolutely amazing. They have so many talents which have been here over the past 4 nights. I'm so proud of them for their dedication. They have been working on this production for 5 months. So, boys and girls of the cast and crew, your successful performance didn't happen by chance. You showed us how professional you could be after countless hours of rehearsals and hard work. The magic on the stage was created by your performance, confidence, and creativity. Let me once again express my deep appreciation to the cast, crew, and many volunteers who made this effort so meaningful experience in the students' elementary school years. My gratitude also goes to the play directors who believed in our students and who wanted to enhance our students' learning beyond the classroom. I can say without hesitation that this musical performance is going to be lasting special memories for our students and families. Thank you, Mr. Peachy, Ms. Denshore, Ms. Desney, Mrs. Foster, Mrs. Phelan, and Ms. Savani. And thank you to all the parents and everyone in the audience for your support, and please enjoy the rest of your evening.
The parents and the kids, we all just really wanted to thank these fabulous teachers and volunteers. I don't know if everyone realizes that they do this because they love these kids. They are the most amazing bunch of educators. We are so lucky. These kids have put in 5 months worth of time, but every single one of them has been there with them every single minute. You guys need to teacher.
Hi boys, parents, you've got 30 seconds to take pictures, and then they're coming down to you. Thank you.
What's to Lappin or Lappin? A father, a mother, or daughter, or son. The threads of their lives are raveled.